And they had already, at that point, when she called me on August 28th, they had already contacted Roto-Rooter to do the work before they contacted the town.
It's because we were having backup sewage into our gym, and it was putting us at a safety and health risk, and we're mandated by state law to follow rules.
But this was 3 days after the fact. This was 3 days after the fact. Now, the town could have been contacted at that point as soon as you knew that that was backing up. Bill works there all the time. Did he know about it 2 days before it happened, before when they realized it was backing up? The smell was backing up, some water was backing up. They could have contacted the town. We have public works people that would have gone up there immediately and tried to get that problem taken care of. We have people that come and flush out our lines and take care of clogs and things like that. If we had been notified before Roto-Rooter, we could have come up and helped get some of that taken care of. That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with the board. I'm not arguing with the school. I really believe that, in essence, we are all at fault because there was no communication. So, in the preparation for the paving, when Jeremy was up there, and he was up there almost every day while they were doing this work on the street. I had been up there 2 or 3 times while they were doing that work on the street. Jeremy noticed that when they were doing the preparation to level out the street and lay the pavement, that they had broken off one of the covers for the standpipe on the clean out. He talked to hard drives supervisor at that point, or foreman, whatever he was, and let him know that then the man ignored everything and paved over it anyway, and that's when the problem began, the backup. So when you have an employee that has informed you before you started paving that you were going to have problems, and then ignored. So now all of this has come to a big, as if everything else in the last 2 years has come to a big problem. And I've given it a lot of thought, over time. And my biggest thing was that I didn't have a problem with you guys calling Roto-Rooter. You did what you had to do. But I feel the town is not responsible for $7,825 or $55.28. I don't feel we were at fault. I don't feel the school was at fault. I think that hard drives should be bearing the cost of that mistake.
Have we been in contact with hard drives?
No, we have not heard a word from them. Yes,
Have you turned this claim into MMI?
not yet. I wanted to get
They'd find it
this.
for us,
They,
wouldn't they?
they need to be notified,
Yes.
send them a letter.
So-
Get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
In just to keep everything on level, I think that the council as a whole should take this situation as a lesson to be learned in communication. And we will work hard on that, and I hope the school would do likewise. The only time that we are contacted as a council or as a city office is if things go awry. And then all of a sudden, it's the town that they want to pay for it.
So like Terry said in her last paragraph of this letter, we would like to meet together. We have our regular school board meeting next
Yes.
Monday, the 11th, at 7 o'clock in the library. And we would like to come up to a resolution together, as we want to work as a team with you
That's
guys.
exactly what this council is asking to do. We would like to meet and come up with a reasonable solution. I think that the majority of the cost should go to hard drives because it completely ignored any advice that was given to them about the lines. They did not get locates. We did not get any kind of a notification of locates for the school, although Jeremy had located several lines weeks before that, so this would be in September, or November 11th, right? At 7,
Yes.
and this will be in the school library.
In the high school building, yep.
Like I said, I think that this, and it's not just communication between the town to the school. I think that it needs to come from both sides, because the road runs both ways. It's not something that we need to,
And we've been looking at paving Kids Court, the parking lot, because that's on the school district property.
yes, it is.
For many years since we put that bus barn in, but we could not do it because we had to come into agreement with you guys, because they can't just pave that, because it would just break down and it'd be wore off within a few months.
And I know that the council, the school board has talked to previous public works people, and it was discussed. It was also brought to the council, I believe, not a proposal or what, but a kind of an idea of what the school board had discussed with Mike Ventling as to repaving that street. Unfortunately, it went nowhere. And so, with planning and foresight, this council has managed to come up with the funding in our budget to start repaving and repairing streets. We've done one, we have several streets that we are planning on doing. Kids Court and North Street in front of the school was one of the projects that we were going to look at for next spring, when we could contract with, unfortunately, we've already done that, Hard Drives has done it, so that budget is dead for the streets at this point, until next budget session. But, thank you so much for coming, and I will make a note, I will put a note in the council's boxes so that they can also attend the meeting if they would like to. I will plan on trying very, very hard to be at the board meetings from now on for the school, and I would like to have a representative come to our meetings at one time or another in order to kind of bring us up to date as to what's doing. We're a community, and we should work together as a community, and not wait until things just go to hell.
And sometimes it's hard for us to attend, because sometimes our meetings match up with your guys' meetings.
It's the same with this council, because all of our council members, except for Tim, have full-time jobs, and they have families.
Same with us.
I am by myself. Tim has a family, he's got other things that he's involved in. I have things that I'm involved in too, but I can set aside time to do that. And I think that reasonable conversation and communication is probably the best solution to everything that we do in our lives. So, thank you for your information, and thank you for coming and talking to the council. Now, do we want to consider the bill from Roto-Rooter in the amount of $8,755.28, or do we want to table this until we meet with the school board on the 11th and try to work out a solution that will be beneficial for us all?
Or do you suggest
Why
it
don't we send that to
to
the
insurance
insurance company?
company
See if they'll cover it,
and see if they'll cover it?
If you do that.
and then, put the hold on like they usually do, they'll get to the bottom of it. If it's the town's responsibility,
They'll tell us.
Did the school already pay Roto-Rooter?
We have not. Julie Jones, our district clerk, we advised her, so in September, our September school board meeting, we advised her to send the bill down here. It got sent back to us. And so then when we met in October, the school board advised to do this letter. We advised Julie to call Roto-Rooter so they don't charge us interest, and say that we're trying to resolve it with the city council.
Okay.
And I think, I'm not real sure, Julie will report to us on Monday night in her business clerk
But
report.
we will submit this to our insurance company and see, what part of it they will cover. And so that may take a few weeks, it may take a month, I don't know, maybe longer, but we'll discuss that.
And I'll advise Terry Harris of that tomorrow, the superintendent. I'll call into her
Right.
tomorrow and visit with her or email her. And then,
And
of
chances
course,
are is
it will
our
be put up
Insurance
back on
company
our.
will, file a claim with hard drives insurance, so.
Mhm.
And I'll make sure this gets on our agenda too
Thank
for
you.
next week, yeah.
Personally, you know, when I'm just a little aggravated over hard drive. You know, we never talked to him, but yet our guy was up there, and he told them that there was a problem. What the hell's the matter with those people? You know? Do we need to grab hard drive by the nape of the neck? You know, it's kind of frustrating.
Aaron, would you step in, please?
Yeah, so being very familiar with contractors and how the contractors work, the second you ever have an issue, and rather we just need to inform Jeremy or whatever, if they don't want to respond to him, then he needs to get a hold of you, and if you're not available, he should get a hold of Tim, and they should be able to do a stop work. You can stop work at any time you have the authority to. So we just need to educate him on that part if it's necessary, because he would be the one supervising several jobs around town. And he needs to know that the town has the authority to stop this work. The town nor the school should have to file a claim against their insurances to repair this. It is the contractor's fault. You have proof, you have documentation, have Jeremy write up his statement that he talked to him.
We've
Then the
done
school will take that information and they can provide that to their attorney to write a certified letter to hard drives, and hard drives can file against their insurance to pay it all. The town or the schools, neither one should have to pay for it.
So having a meeting with the school board, we should be able to come up with a plan to go and have a serious talk with hard drive.
Those were turned into the insurance company.
The insurance company should handle it.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, you can talk and,
Well, we should make a plan. If the insurance companies are going to do that,
yes.
then that's the
And
way
that's
to do
up
it.
to, I guess it's up to us as a board team, because we have to take a vote and stuff
Yes.
before turning it over to our insurance. I can't speak,
Right.
so of that.
Well, we can scan this and email it to our insurance, to MMIA, and have them look at it. They will in turn file a claim against hard drives with their insurance company,
Especially if we explain exactly
Right.
what happened.
and we will
You
send,
can't just send
we
that
will
bill
also,
because they'll,
right,
Oh,
and we
no.
will also,
With the contracts, I'll have Jeremy write up his statement.
right,
Yes.
and we will also send that, copies of those to MMIA and discuss it further at the school board meeting. So, any other comment? Okay,
it looks nice.
it does
It's
look
very nice. You don't lose your car. I don't lose my car in a pothole going to a school board meeting.
Well, we had several, and we still have several that we're looking at, but we've had several that were like minefields, streets.
And I've heard a lot of compliments from other schools coming
Sure.
for sporting events,
Yeah.
how they like it and stuff too, so.
They can actually drive the bus up the street.
Up the street, yeah, without losing the bus too, yeah.
Yeah, we went up and looked at it after it was completed, after they had to saw the pavement to fix all the lines and things like that, and it was very nice.
Still did a good job
Yes, they
fixing the
did.
pavement too.
Yeah.
When they opened it up, so.
So. Any other public comment? Okay, thank you. Ordinance revisions. Public comment on all revisions, first reading. Title II, Administration Personnel continued.